the brand spanking new Byredo Bal Absolu video. Come right up. Stay tuned after this intro. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I just want to share with you guys a great release from the house of Byredo that it just came out recently this year, and I don't find a lot of people talk about it. I'm a big fan of Bal d'Afrique, the original. I've been owning the bottle for over 10 years now, and I love it. And once I've heard there's another more concentrated version just came out, and I just had to go and test it out on my skin to see if it's redundant to own both bottles, or maybe I'm okay with the one I have already in my collection. Especially that the new one is more concentrated and is definitely way more expensive. But before I start sharing this review with you guys, please don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, share this video with everybody, especially if they love the original Bal d'Afrique. Check out the links in the description down below with my favorite fragrances online, with the best prices online. Of course, discounted, because we never buy retail on this channel. Let me know what you're watching me from, how hot it is at your neck of the wood, and what is your scent of the day, because I'm curious and I would love to get to know you a little bit better. And without making this video way too long, I'm shooting today from my phone, so if the quality is not the bestest, I'm sorry. Okay, let's talk about the scent. Does Bal d'Afrique Absolu smells like the original Bal d'Afrique? The answer is yes, to a certain extent. Byredo did a great job mimicking the original smell, and they just enhanced it with some extra notes, and they made it more concentrated. So if you're worried that Bal d'Afrique Absolu is just gonna lose its identity, the answer is no. That scent profile is still there, and it's majestic. So when it comes to that, it's a big thumb up, because sometimes when they create a new flanker, they just make something totally different. It's not the case here at all. You can tell it is definitely more concentrated. It is definitely thicker, denser, sweeter. So if you're not into sweet fragrances, probably this scent is not for you, because it's probably a step up in terms of the sweetness. What I loved about the original Bal d'Afrique, that it wasn't too sweet. So if you love that about the original Bal d'Afrique, you might be a little disappointed just because this one is definitely sweeter. But to me personally, I didn't mind that at all, because it definitely made it sexier. So if you wanted a sexier Bal d'Afrique, more attention-grabbing Bal d'Afrique, Absolu is definitely it. When this fragrance dries down a little bit, there's a big praline note that you can definitely detect, which adds a little bit of nuttiness. It makes the Absolu a little bit raunchier than the original. I wouldn't say it makes it more masculine than the original, because the sweetness of Bal d'Afrique Absolu, it definitely makes it more feminine, but the raunchiness and the nuttiness from the praline note actually balances everything out. So it brings it back to be totally unisex from being too feminine because of that sweetness. I personally enjoy that praline note that makes it a little bit dirty, but in a very sexy way. Think like Parfum de Marly Altair and a little bit. That type of raunchiness mixed with the sweetness. So definitely that praline note is definitely a step up in terms of the smell or the scent profile. And it just smells amazing, guys. It makes it very it makes it very modern, and definitely sexier. So if you're looking for a sexy fragrance, Bal d'Afrique Absolu is definitely it. Again, when this fragrance dries down, it gets very ambery because of that amber note. It is definitely sweeter, like syrupy sweet. And Byredo in general, they do great job in terms of syrupy sweet fragrances. Bibliothèque is one of those. I personally love Bibliothèque. And when Bal d'Afrique Absolu dries down, it just gives me some hints of the syrupy sweet of Bibliothèque. Let's just move on to the performance. The performance is superb. If you had any issues with the original Bal d'Afrique, you're not gonna have these issues with the modernized version Bal d'Afrique Absolu. This one is definitely more concentrated. It is an extrait de parfum, and once you spray it on, don't spray too much, because you will definitely choke yourself out. That happened to me personally because it's very strong, especially when you first spray it on. It pushes out and people will definitely smell it off your skin. You might get some negative feedbacks that happened to me personally just because of how strong it is, especially if people around you, they're not into very strong fragrances. So be aware how many sprays you put on, especially when you first spray this one on. And if you want to be somewhere, spray this one ahead of time. But after like an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, this fragrance actually gets really close to the skin. But because it's very thick as well, it just leaves a nice sillage. Soft sillage, but nice, that people can pick it up when you move around. I would say the performance of it, something along the side like Baccarat Rouge 540, not the extrait, the original, not the vintage, the nowadays formulation. So if you know how Baccarat Rouge 540 performs on your skin, or on the majority of people's skin, the performance of Bal d'Afrique Absolu is kind of like similar to that, which is a huge step up in terms of the performance, because before that, the original Bal d'Afrique performance, it sucks. The versatility of the new Bal d'Afrique Absolu is definitely not as versatile as the original. But it's not in a bad way, because you always can control the sprays and you will have the same effect. Instead of spraying way too much for the original Bal d'Afrique, you can just do fine with 3-4 sprays with this one in the summertime. It's not going to be as fresh as the original, because the original has got that freshness that this one actually lacking due to the concentration and the sweetness, but it'll do the job also. Just don't spray too much. Springtime is perfect for it, especially in the cooler spring nights, because this one, it feels more of a nighttime type of a smell over the original. That it was because of the performance and the airiness of it. It was more of a daytime thing. Fall and winter, this one will work as well, just because of the performance of it. So to me personally, to my taste, I find myself having more options to wear this one over what other people would tell you that it's not as versatile. But again, I just gave you the props and the cons of this one, so you can choose for yourself. The compliment factor is pretty high, because everything vanillic, ambery, sweet gets compliments. And this one is such a very pleasant smell that people will definitely like it of your skin. Especially when this one dries down a little bit and it's not obnoxiously strong into their faces, this one will definitely rocks. So know for a fact that people would like it of your skin, whether if they compliment you or not. But to me personally, of the couple of times I've tried this one already, my beloved one loved it on my skin. So it is definitely a compliment gift. The price point when this one actually lacks, unfortunately. It is new, it is not discounted yet, it is definitely an extrait de parfum, so it is definitely more concentrated. And yes, more concentrated means more expensive. So you're just gonna have to drop a pretty penny, 400 plus, to own a bottle of Bal d'Afrique Absolu. It is definitely on the expensive side, but I think it's worth it due, again, to the performance and the smell that everybody loves. So I would say like a 50 ml would goes a long way with this one. But if you just want to go the best bang for the buck, get a decant of it for now until this one goes to the discounter size, so you just can get it a little bit cheaper. I'm assuming of how popular this one is, it's just gonna wait a little bit until it hits the discounter size. And this is pretty much it, guys, when it comes to Bal d'Afrique Absolu review. That's how I think of it. I love it. I'll give it a score of 8 out of 10. To me personally, it lacks a little bit of the freshness of the original, which I love that about the original. And it lacks a little bit in terms of the price point, which is pretty high. But other than that, it's a great fragrance that I already added in my to-buy list to get it once it hits the discounters. Let me know in the comment section down below, have you ever tried Bal d'Afrique Absolu? What do you think of it? How about the original? Do you love the original? And how long it lasts on your skin? I'm curious. I would love to know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to not miss any of my videos in the future. Share this video with all you smelly friends, especially if they love Bal d'Afrique. And see you guys next time. Peace.